Today we are going to see the new lesson. It's all about on your English textbook, class 6. Okay, echoing the green, isn't it? Echoing the green. So this poem, it is a poem. It speaks about how the noise got spread in the green or green. What is it? Just we can say that in the nature, isn't it? They echoing green. Okay, it's written by William Blake. So the author, isn't it? He's a great author, and he was wrote. Actually, he was involved in the. He would like to have an art, isn't it? Art means what he's like to draw pictures or painting works. He like, isn't it? So in that way, maybe he might have painted this kind of pictures. And you can see on a textbook, isn't it? There are some still children are playing, and grandmother and grandfather is sitting under the tree, isn't it? So it's painted by William Blake. Okay, so he painted, and with that he made a poem. Something should be in it. For example, if he draw something, there should be some message in it. So what the painting is speaks, isn't it? So that is very, very important. So the author is telling that yes, it is speaking about the echo in the green. That means the noise that he had polluted, isn't it? So in the first stanza we can see that the author is speaking about how does um, the nature was or green was echoing. Say how does, so in the morning hours we can see here a lot of birds' noise, isn't it? So a lot of birds' noise, a lot of birds are crying, or a lot of some of the prayer songs we can hear nearby the temples, isn't it? A lot of noises we can see. So if we are not at home, you can see the vehicle sound more early in the morning, a lot of birds. So mostly we hear nice birds sound, isn't it? Some of the small birds sound, and then we can hear. So the nature, okay, the nature filled with the sound of a birds crying, or a lot of examples are given. So a lot of care. Okay, for example, if your mother is cooking in the kitchen, you can hear this kind of voices, and a lot of voices we can hear in the early in the morning. So that is all speaks about the first stanza. Okay, there are three stanzas in this poem. Okay, the first stanza is speaking about the in the early in the morning is when the sunrise. Okay, when the sunrise is come onwards, what is happening, or what are the nature is produce the noises, isn't it? So a lot of the voices we can hear in the earth, okay, in the nature, isn't it? The green, okay. And the another one, and the second stanza speaks about what? The second stanza speaks about how does, okay, the children are playing, okay, they went to the park and they were playing, isn't it? So I hope we all of you have went to the park and we have spent a day, isn't it? Or we used to play a lot of games, isn't it, in the park, isn't it? I hope all of you are went or played in the park, okay. So the second stanza speaks about how do you play. Okay, so they were playing in the park and they were enjoying a lot of things in it. So there are three stanzas in this poem. Okay, and how does they play it? In the third stanza we can second stanza we can see that the children are playing in the garden. They are making a lot of noises, isn't it? So if you are going for the park, so you should make a lot of noises, isn't it? So you should make a lot of noises. Okay, so it speaks about in the childhood. Okay, speaks also childhood and the youth. Okay, second stanza speaking on the youth and the old age and death, isn't it? So in the childhood talk about we are so much restless in it. So in the second stanza we can see that so they used to make a lot of things. So the first okay, and the first stanza speaks about how the sun does rise and makes happy the skies to merry bells ring, so to welcome the springs, isn't it? So it makes that in the morning hours take a lot of sun. When the sunrise onwards we start the happy, isn't it? Happy skies. So a lot of noises they have, a lot of beautiful voices. So we can see the happy and spring, so welcoming the new days, isn't it? So welcoming the new days, the birds will cry, isn't it? The birds will cry and the bells will cheerful sounds. Some of the bells will ring, isn't it? And sports can be seen. So the echoing. So these are the sounds are making that on echoing the green. So in the nature we can hear this kind. So the second stanza we can see that old John with the little hair does laugh the care sitting under the oak among the all the flock. They laugh at to play and soon they all say and such as ways of joys, okay, when they shall girls or boys and young youth may green scene and they're going the green. So under the oak, under the tree, or under the oak trees in is you have under the oak tree they were playing the games, okay. The John, okay, he is playing, and okay, he was playing, and he was the girls and boys are playing, and so a lot of more noise they were making. It's a lot of fun they are having. So in the youth time, isn't it? So just imagine the youth times, okay. And the third stanza speaking about is little ones are very and very merry, and the sun does ascend and our sports have an empty round lap of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, the birds of the nest, and ready to rest and more. So, with in the evening time, okay, you played all, okay, the birds maybe cry, there are a lot of they were roaming around, or they may get into the nest, isn't it? So, in the same way, the children also played in the park, they were tired and they went home and they will be sleep, isn't it? They can be sleep, so they don't take a rest, isn't it? The birds will go to their rest, so they will just lap on their mother's lap, isn't it? So they'll just sleep on the mother's lap. That means you also sleep at, isn't it? And like the birds, their nest, so they used to go to nest, isn't it? And suppose they after like that darkening the green, so the sunset has come and they were taking rest.